Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our weekly live show. I hope you are having a fantastic start to your week. Happy Monday. Today is April 8th, 2024, and we are on the verge of an incredible historic day for our planet. We are going to have a solar eclipse today, and what an appropriate, you know, topic to talk about in terms of understanding how to focus on your core competencies as a musician entrepreneur, how to understand what to focus on so that you are not creating redundancy and really building a life through hustle and grind and overexerting yourself and putting yourself in a place of burnout, right? I was just talking about this earlier in a call for our clients. If you're new to my world, I really have a passion for helping musicians learn how to build businesses uh, with strategy and with leverage so that they don't have to be creating so much burnout in their lives, and they can actually create businesses in alignment with their lifestyle goals, with their family goals, with their creative goals, whatever those goals are. And I was just talking about this topic earlier today because the topic of the eclipse today, the fact that the moon is going to temporarily cover portions of the sun, or depending on where you are in the United States, et cetera, in the world, you may be fully, covered. I was just thinking how important it is to really learn to build businesses that in ways align with our own nature of being. And today we are creating a beautiful synergy that is tapping into really what is more of a feminine energy. The moon has been associated with the feminine energy and what it means to really, be in your feminine state, which does not necessarily mean being a man or a woman, but rather adopting behaviors and attitudes that embrace ease and flow, receivership, and just being in a state of alignment rather than the masculine energy of like pushing and trying to create things and disrupting things. We need to always tap into both of these. Sometimes you're in your masculine, sometimes you're in your feminine energy. But the idea of today's eclipse and really focusing on you building a business that focuses on your core competencies and not finding the need to continuously push yourself beyond what are your true zone of geniuses comes into very fitting, because here is where you can actually decide, I am going to focus on learning how to build a business that doesn't require me to become a master of all trades, right? A jack of all trades and a master of none, but instead, how can I create my business in a way that I have support around what I need in my business, and I don't have to be trying to learn so many different things that are not necessarily my true core competency. And why is this important? Well, on one hand, I want you to embrace this idea that yes, building a business will always require an element of putting yourself out of your comfort zone. There's no way around that. You're always going to have to learn new skills and adopt new behaviors, and especially challenge the way you do things in your life. Yes, on one hand, there's always going to be that component of yes, building a business will involve learning new things, but most importantly, becoming a new version of yourself. Absolutely. That doesn't mean having to learn all the things and doing everything yourself. I don't want you to confuse those two things. I talk a lot about building a business in a way that does not need you to do everything and to be trying to become superwoman or superman, right? But instead, learning to tap into what are your core competencies. What are the things that you really understand and are uniquely equipped and trained to do in this world and in the work you do? And how can you learn to not feel the need to continuously push yourself in a way that overexerts the energy, that gets you too much into what we refer to as the masculine energy, right? The energy of pushing, the energy of building, of creating, of powering through things. And instead, how can you now tap into this beautiful day of this solar eclipse that we're going to have, where the moon is taking over? We're in a way tapping into this divine energy, this divine feminine energy of allowing, of intuition, of receiving, of flow and alignment and ease. How can you build your business where you can tap into more of that, into not necessarily always having to push yourself out of every single area of alignment, and instead build a business where you can actually have a schedule that is manageable, where you can create boundaries in your life, where you can actually have clarity around what are the things you're willing to put up with and what are the things that you are not. You see, one of the greatest things that I think becoming an entrepreneur and having your own business and really having that entrepreneurial spirit can do for you is to becoming aware of where to set the boundaries in your life and how to decide enough is enough. There may be relationships in your life that are pushing out of your comfort zone, that are creating moments of tension, and you're just not feeling supported enough. You're not feeling in alignment. It could be as close as your just marriage, your relationships with your spouse, your kids, your team. Where in your life right now are you finding yourself that you're pushing way too hard? Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you're watching me live, where are you joining me from? I want us to connect globally right now. I feel like this is such an incredible moment and an incredible day. And I would love for us to just join in and share with me as you're watching this live. Where are you joining me from? Where are you going to be hopefully watching the eclipse with the eclipse from? Make sure you're protecting your eyesight. You have to have those glasses, or you can custom make your own little board. I saw something online. Oh, we got someone from Wisconsin. How fascinating. Yes. Um, if you don't have something to protect your eyesight, make sure you get something. I saw a video yesterday of someone saying that you can create like something with the cereal box and create something with aluminum foil and a piece of paper to reflect the eclipse. So there's all sorts of ways that you can prepare yourself, by the way, to make sure you are watching the eclipse responsibly. Oh, Canada, fantastic. Welcome, everyone. So we're talking about how to create a business that allows you to focus on your core competencies, and why today, out of all days, is a day for you to channel into your feminine energy and to connect with not just the doing in your business, but taking a step back to use this moment to reflect on where in your life do you need to let go of things that no longer serve you, and how can you now start being more intentional in releasing the redundancy in your life, the things that are too much effort, that are causing strain in your energy, in your alignment. I think building a business is so important to not just focus on the strategies and the tactics, but rather being also aware of how do you show up in the day-to-day of your business? How do you create the right alignment? How do you build the infrastructure where you have the right support system and the right strategies for you to build a business that doesn't require over exerting your efforts and burnout and grind and hustle, right? So one of the things you're going to want to keep in mind as you're in this process of tuning into your own core competencies is really understanding what those even are. If you are unclear of what should you be focusing on your business, you need to take some time to really evaluate, what do you love doing? If you can look at your life and you can look at the way you spend your day, and you can analyze in the things you're doing in your day, are you actually focusing on the things that not only are important for you in your business, but that you actually enjoy? Right? As we're talking about this idea of tapping into the divine feminine energy and using the solar eclipse as a way to channel perhaps a rebirth in your business, a new beginning, a new way of adopting your day-to-day habits. Where can you look at, what are you doing right now in your business, maybe on a day-to-day basis, that is taking joy away from you, that is taking energy away from you, that is putting you in this mode of like, I just have to power through this thing and I'm going to get better? No. How can you build a business where you can actually design the activities and make sure that the way you're spending your time is actually in alignment with your values? If you don't have clarity around what those values are, if you don't really know what are your core competencies that you want to focus on, then it's going to be very difficult for you to create the right boundaries and the right decisions in your business. So number one is understanding how to clarify, what are your actual core competencies? What do you really enjoy doing in your business? If you were to look at your day and look at your time, and you were to tell yourself, I am going to do this over and over and over again for the rest of my life, I'm going to do this same activity, I'm going to look at my day and I'm going to spend the next 5 years doing the same activities, would you still do what you do right now? Would you look at your day? Would you look at your schedule? And would you say, I'm okay repeating this type of life for the next 5 years, over the next year even? If you're looking at your schedule right now and reflecting maybe on what you did last week, and you're thinking, no, this is not manageable. This schedule is not manageable. I do not want to continue repeating this day activity or this weekly activity for the next 6 months or the next year. That's a sign, right? How many of you are looking at your schedule as I'm asking you to do this reflection exercise with me and thinking, no, this is not what I want? How many of you find yourselves that, yeah, that's me? If you're just like, nope, I don't want to have the same schedule. I definitely don't want to have the same way of living in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 5 years. So that's a sign that you can use to immediately start getting clarity around, okay, there's clearly things that need to change. The next step is not asking yourself just how do you do things differently? But more importantly, who do you work with in order to get better results in your life? Maybe you need to bring in team members that will allow you to focus on your competencies. So you don't have to be trying to learn all the things, editing videos, creating graphics, whatever the things that are technology, perhaps, that are draining your energy, right? How can you start becoming more entrepreneurial and savvy in looking for not just the how to do things, but the who? Right? There's a wonderful book called Who Not How by Dan Sullivan that you're going to want to look into, because when you understand that most of the things in your life, you are creating redundancy simply because you are holding on to them and you're unwilling to release control. You're unwilling to let go of these. And instead, if you can now tap into other people's knowledge, if you can tap in to other people's support, if you can tap into other people's expertise that could take things off your plate and do them much better than you can do them, and that would save you time and energy from having to learn things that are outside of your zone of genius, that is enlightened thinking. That is strategic CEO level thinking, right? So focusing on not just the how, but the who. Who do you need to bring into your life right now? Maybe you need to learn new skills. Maybe you need more information. Maybe you need to delegate more. Maybe you need to release more of the people that are no longer serving you or supporting you in your goals. Asking yourself, are you happy with the who's in your life? Do you need different who's? So that is the second part of this process once you've gained that clarity, right? And the third part of this process is to recognize how when you are in your zone of core competencies, in your zone of genius, you actually get stuff done quicker and you don't need to have such amount of time and spend so much time doing things that are just sucking the energy out of you. When you are working on your core competencies, you are going to be able to actually get more results in less amount of time, because first of all, time passes by and you don't even feel that it's work. How many of you can relate to focusing on things when you're realizing, this feels so good, I don't even notice that I'm working, this is just amazing, and I just like time just flies by? How many felt like that? Like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize, that I was doing things, and now I'm done, and I'm done, and I just didn't feel like work at all, right? So these are the things that I'm going to talk a lot more about in my upcoming training. I'm presenting a free training on Wednesdays, and I think if you are interested in learning more how you can build your business, tapping into strategies that will give you more ease and flow in your life, that will allow you in a way to tap into your own feminine energy. Again, this is nothing to do with masculine or like being a woman or a man. This is about you learning to create a business from a state of flow and ease, right? From you not having to be always pushing, but instead being able to create something that gives you that alignment, right? This is what I'm going to be helping you understand how to do through a specific step-by-step process where you're going to discover how you can build your business from a place of alignment, from a place of strategy, so that you're not having to spend so many hours in your day just burning yourself out and overexerting yourself. If you are a musician entrepreneur who's tired of feeling like your schedule is unmanageable and you just have too much on your plate and you need to figure out how to release some of the things you're doing and you don't know how, this training on Wednesday, April 10th, in 2 days, it will open your eyes to a brand new way of working as a musician. I dropped the link here under the comments. Register for it, fabianaclaure.com/discovery, to get all the details and the information. And it'll be live, and I'll be sharing with you even more insights into how you can start creating a business as an entrepreneur and creating a structure around your day that allows you to tap into more ease and flow and being in a place where all this work you've done in your life does not have to continue adding into more and more effort, piercing energy, masculine energy. No. How can you build something tapping into this moment we're in where we've got this eclipse going on, we've got the energy is shifting, tapping into being in a place of more alignment and ease, and knowing not only the tactics, but also how do you become the version of yourself that will allow all of this ease and flow in your business to actually come to you? How can you now attract? How can you create things that bring people to you rather than you having to chase after things anymore? Okay, I hope this helps. Tap into this beautiful energy we are in today with this solar eclipse. I cannot wait to connect with all of you. We've got so many people joining us live today. Tap into this and ask yourself, where in your life do you need to now release in order to receive? Let go of that desire to control and push through everything, and instead open your mind to new information. Join my webinar next Wednesday. It'll be amazing. It'll be live. We'll be connecting and showing you more strategies on how you can create more ease and flow. Happy solar eclipse day, everyone. Let's prosper together, and I will see you Wednesday. Go to fabianaclaire.com/discovery, and I will see you there. Take care.